In the farthest reaches of the North Sea, where cold winds carry the scent of sorrow and the waves whisper forgotten names, stands a fortress, a prison, a graveyard for minds still breathing. And yet, one man walked free. They called him mad, a murderer, a traitor. But the truth? The truth is far darker and far more magical. This is the story of Sirius Black, the man who escaped Azkaban and his own destruction. Welcome to the Forgotten Mage. Long before Azkaban, before betrayal and blood, there was a boy who rejected his family name. Born into the ancient and infamous House of Black, Sirius grew up surrounded by portraits that whispered of purity, pride, and punishment. But when he entered Hogwarts, everything changed. Sorted into Gryffindor, a disgrace in the eyes of his family, Sirius found in James Potter, Remus Lupin, and even Peter Pettigrew the brothers he never had. They laughed, they broke rules, they wandered the night as animals. But beneath the mischief was loyalty, deep, untouchable. Sirius found freedom not in magic, but in friendship. And it was this bond, this memory, that would one day keep his soul from shattering. Once a noble heir of the House of Black, Sirius was a pureblood who turned his back on blood supremacy. He found brotherhood in James Potter and rebellion in the Order of the Phoenix. But when the Potters died, when Peter Pettigrew framed him with a scream and a severed finger, Sirius didn't protest. Why? Because in that moment, he believed he deserved it. He had convinced James to trust the wrong secret keeper, and that guilt became his silent companion as the Dementors closed in. Azkaban was not built with bars. It was built with fear. Dementors, soulless wardens, feast on joy and hope. They erase light, leaving behind a hollowed echo of pain. The longer a wizard stays, the less of themselves they remain. Some go mad, others forget their names. And yet Sirius endured, not unscarred, but unbroken. The secret lies not in strength, but in detachment. Sirius held on to two truths that the Dementors could not feed on: guilt and innocence. His guilt anchored him in despair, yes, but his knowledge of his own innocence kept his sanity intact. He felt pain, but not confusion. Unlike others who spiraled into mental collapse, Sirius clung to a lucid rage, a quiet fire the Dementors could not extinguish. Magic cannot pierce a Dementor's kiss, but clarity of self, that is a kind of magic they cannot devour. The Dementors are blind to animals. To them, emotion is scent, and thoughts are sound. But Sirius Black was an unregistered Animagus. When he transformed into Padfoot, a great black dog, his mind shifted, simplified. Despair, guilt, sorrow faded into instinct, a growl, a breath, a hunger. It was not a full escape, but it gave him respite, enough to keep his humanity intact by becoming something less than human. For 12 years he waited, reduced to a shadow in the dark. But then a photograph, the Weasley family, a rat on the shoulder of a boy, and Sirius saw him, Pettigrew, still alive, still hiding, living freely while James and Lily lay in graves. That fury, it was not madness, it was fuel. And in that moment, Sirius remembered who he was. Dementors could not sense Animagi properly, and as the tides crashed one night, Sirius became Padfoot, slipped through the bars, and leapt into the sea. No broomstick, no spell, only teeth, fur, and willpower. They called it impossible. But Sirius did not escape Azkaban through magic. He escaped through pain, through grief, through the sheer force of a soul that refused to die. Freedom did not mean peace. His body was broken, his mind scarred, and the world still believed him guilty. But Sirius never asked for redemption. He only wanted justice for James, for Lily, for Harry. He became the shadow protector, the godfather in the fire. Not a hero, not a martyr, but a ghost of the past, fighting for the future. What would you hold on to if your mind was all you had left? Tell me in the comments. Do you think Sirius Black was strong or simply lucky? Sirius Black is more than a fugitive, more than a man betrayed. He is proof that hope can burn even in the darkest prison. His story is not one of escape, but endurance. And in the stars above, one still bears his name, a dog, a guardian, a spark in the night. If you walk the hidden paths of the magical world, you'll find more than spells and legends. You'll find stories that refuse to be forgotten. Subscribe to the Forgotten Mage, and together we'll uncover the truths even the ministry tried to erase.